During a train ride on May 4, 1884, Wells was ordered by a conductor to give up her seat and move to the smoking car. Having bought a first-class train ticket, she refused and was forcibly removed from the train. She later sued the railroad company and won a $500 settlement. She soon bought a share of the Memphis paper, the Free Speech and Headlight, and began writing full-time. In 1892, 3 of Ida's friends who owned a local grocery store were lynched by a white mob. Because of so, Wells began an editorial campaign condemning and documenting the lynchings of African Americans throughout the South. She published her findings in a pamphlet entitled Southern Horrors, Lynch Law in All Its Phases. She continued publishing editorials persecuting lynchings, and her office was eventually ransacked and destroyed. Due to the threat on her life, Wells decided to stay up north and continued her lynching campaign. She began writing for the New York Age and traveled the U.S. giving lectures and even visited Great Britain. In 1893, she, Frederick Douglass, and other black leaders organized a black boycott of the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago for its failure to collaborate with the black community. That same year, she also published a red record, which further examined lynchings in America. Continuing her social and political activism, Wells formed the National Association of Colored Women in 1896. 2 years later, she took her anti-lynching campaign to the White House and led a protest in Washington, D.C., calling for President William McKinley to make reforms. In the first decade of the 20th century, Wells helped found the National Association for Advancement of Colored People. She also founded and became the first president of the Negro Fellowship League, an organization that aided newly arrived blacks from the South. And in 1913, she founded the Chicago Alfred Suffrage Club.